Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's reading vlog. If you're new here, my name is Lila and I love to talk about books. And today we are going to be reading the books that I think are the prettiest on my TBR. So get comfy, get cozy, and let's talk about books. The first book we are going to be starting today's video off with is Hollow by the Twisted Sisters. If you saw my 26 of 2026, this might look a little familiar to you, and you would know that I've talked at great length of how completely and utterly obsessed I am with this book cover. I think the girl and the dragon is just beautiful. I love the colors. This book truly stands out against everything else that I own. And as well, the spine design, or the sprayed edge design rather, is just, the dragon goes all the way around. And I love it. I just think it's truly beautiful. This is on my 26th of 2026. It's fantasy, it's reluctant enemies to lovers, it's trials. I'm so excited about it. It's everything that I want to read right now. So, with that being said, come start a new book with me. Page 15, and I have a really good feeling about this one. Alright everyone, so it's been a couple days since I last talked to you. I am now a very decent way into Hollow, and I'm on chapter 25, page 312. And I thought that it was time that I could talk to you guys a little more about this. I am loving this book. I'm loving it. It is so fast paced. Like, I sat down for hours and I read this, but I don't feel like I'm sitting down 4 hours, if that makes any sense. It's so fast paced and it's just so interesting. I haven't read anything like this in a while. All right, in this book, we are following Ferris, whose town is being consumed by this magical cursed forest. And every 50 years, the forest allows people to enter in order to break this curse. And to break this curse, you need to collect amulets from the animal spirits that are inside the forest and tasked with guarding the forest. You have 40 days to collect as many amulets as you can and meet in the middle in order to break the curse. And once the curse is broken, you're gifted any wish that you could possibly desire. Now, Ferris is not necessarily supposed to join this. She did not train for it in like a physical manner, but she mentally trained for it. She has her own reasons for entering the cursed forest, and in entering the forest, she gets kidnapped by this mysterious, broody, grumpy man who is set on using her as bait to attract these animal spirits. And in doing that, they kind of form an unlikely alliance between the two of them and are working together to collect as many amulets as possible to break the curse. Now, Hendrix, the mysterious man, he is hiding something from Ferris outside of the forest. He is very well known for some very bad reasons. So he's hiding his identity from her. And he as well has his own reasons for entering the forest that he hasn't quite disclosed yet. And it's like, oh my gosh, the banter in this book is top tier. It's so good. He's so snarky and rude and mean, and I just want to punch him in the face sometimes. But at the same time, I like that about him. I don't know what that says about me, but it's really, really good. And Ferris is so quick minded. She's so smart and she's so sassy. And I love being in her head. It's just both of these characters are entering this horrible, cursed place for their own reasons. And you're just following them while they work together. And it's really, really good. I think when I last checked Fable, it said that I was around 60%. So I plan on finishing this book today. This book is so bingeable. I could have read this in one sitting had I not had other things that I needed to do. So, that being said, I'm gonna go read and I'll talk to you guys a little later. Hi guys. So it's been a couple days and I finally have some time that I can sit with you and discuss my thoughts on the first book that I was reading in this reading vlog, and that was Hollow by Caroline Peckham and Susan Valenti. I finished this book a couple days ago and I loved it. I ended up rating this a 4.5. It was so bingeable, so funny, so intriguing. In recent memory, I have not read something that has had this kind of cursed element the way that the forest in this book does. And it was just so interesting. It was so I really, really, really liked it. And Ferris as an FMC, incredible. So witty, so smart, so funny. I really, really liked her. However, that being said, I loved, loved Hendrix as an MMC. I cannot express this enough. He is insane. He's insane, but he's insane for her. It is so like watching him gradually become utterly obsessed with her was like the best part of this book. It was just, oh my God. He's unhinged. He's obsessed. He's insane, but he does it all for her. And it's just so, oh, it was so good. It was so good. I love Hendrix. He's probably, there's no way he's not in like my top 10 favorite MMCs that I've ever read. He was just that good. And yes, he was an asshole at times. And yes, did I want to punch him in the face? But also, oh my God, just so good. I cannot like, I need you to pick up this book. It's going to be a duology, so and the second book is coming out in June or July. One of the two. Anyway, but so good. Something about the Twisted Sisters writing, it like, I need to put this down. It like hits you in the chest. Like it's this like heaviness that is just like, it's so good you can't stop reading it, but like it almost hurts a little bit. Like that's what I was feeling. And the ending, there was like no winner in the ending. They both entered the cursed forest for their own reasons, and only one person can win and get their like wish granted. And it was just so like they were tooth and nail to the very end. They were fighting, and it was just so, oh my God, an explosive ending. The ending made me so sad. Like, I did not see that ending coming. I didn't know how I thought it was going to end, but I didn't think it was going to be like that. Like, it made me sad in a good way, though. Like, it's making me want to read the next book. Like, I need to read the next book. And, like, the thing is that the stakes in book one were so high to begin with. Like, so much rested on their shoulders to break this curse, not only for themselves, but like for everyone. And if anything, the stakes for book two are even higher. And I'm like, how were you able to do that? Like, oh my God, it's just so, it was just so good. It wasn't, I am a believer that 5 stars is a feeling. And I really thought that that book was a contender for being a 5 star. And I think the second book could 100% be a 5 star, but this one just, I liked it a lot. I loved it a lot. It just wasn't giving me like the 5 star feelings that I was quite like wanting. It just wasn't giving me those 5 star feelings. It was, but I really loved it, and I really recommend it. I cannot recommend it more. And I read the physical copy, and even that blew by like super quick. Like it is a very fast-paced, fast-moving book. Like it's not hard to get into, it's not hard to understand. And I think it was very well done. I think it sets up the events and everything very well, and you're just so absorbed and immersed into the story that it's hard to put the book down. At least that was my experience reading it. So, that being said, I loved it, and you should definitely pick this book up. And then after finishing Hollow, as you guys saw, I picked up The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle L. Jensen. I took off the dust jacket. So this is the naked hardcover that I've been carrying around with me. And it's like a little intense, but like, you know what? I think it's gorgeous. I think like the whole hard case has like this tropical like vibe to it, and this video is reading the prettiest books I own, and I think that this is gorgeous. So that being said, this book is nothing like what I thought it was going to be. Absolutely nothing. This book, chapter 1, you're diving right into it. There is no waiting. You're immediately dropped into the story. And I was not like, I didn't know too much going into it. The only thing I knew was that it was an arranged marriage between two kingdoms. And even then, that's right and it's wrong. Like, it's so, oh my God, like, so good. All right, in this book, you are following Lara and Aaron. Lara is a warrior princess who was raised in isolation in the desert, and Aaron is the king of the neighboring kingdom. And previously, their kingdoms had been at war, but they are currently at peace. And part of that peace is that Lara's kingdom has to supply him with a princess to become Aaron's queen. And you find out that Lara and her sisters have been raised since they were children to become warriors and spies, so that whoever is selected to be Aaron's queen will be able to take down Aaron's kingdom from the inside. Something important about Aaron's kingdom is that his kingdom controls the bridge. The bridge is this, bridge that allows for the import and export of goods to go to all of the other kingdoms. The importance of the bridge is that whoever controls it therefore has the most power, and Aaron's kingdom is in charge of the bridge. And so Lara's job in being selected to be his queen is to find out as much as she can about the bridge, finding out ways that her own kingdom can infiltrate and take control of the bridge, because all she's grown up knowing is that Aaron's country is the reason that her people are poor, that her people are sick, and the peace that they were told that they have wasn't actually as peaceful and fair as she had thought. You're following her as she's spying on him, trying to find out as much information as she can. And it definitely keeps you on the edge of your seat. I will say that there's been quite a few times where I've had to when you have to cover like the chapter, like the end of the chapter, because you just don't know what's going to be said. I am on chapter 21. I'm page 200, and I'm almost 50% of the way through the book, and I am really liking it. Similarly to Hollow, this is super, super bingeable. It is super fast paced. And I know that my description for this book was not the best and will not do it justice, but this book is very good so far. I'm really liking it. Part of Laura's cover for her being Aaron's wife is that she's just this helpless, isolated girl that was raised in the desert and she doesn't know anything. But in reality, she's actually this super strong, intelligent warrior, and Aaron just thinks that she's like she doesn't know anything, like she's useless. And it's so funny watching him think that. And I'm just waiting for the moment that he's like, oh shit. There's so much that Lara is capable of, and Aaron just dismisses it. And it's so funny. I cannot wait for something to happen and Aaron's jaw just be like dropped because he's underestimated her the whole time. But like, that's part of Laura's strength in this, is that she's using the fact that he underestimates her and doesn't expect any of this of her to spy on him. And it's really, oh my gosh, it's really, really good to read. I'm really enjoying it. I'm hoping to get a bunch of this done today. I haven't had as much time to read recently, but I'm really liking it. I really recommend it. This is an easy book to get into. It's very fast paced. It is not difficult to understand. And unlike a lot of other fantasy books, there isn't a magic element, like a magic system that you need to learn. It is really just kingdoms and war and politics, and it really focuses on that. And it's really interesting. Having a book that focuses on the politics and the people and those kind of relationships as opposed to magic is really interesting and also pretty new to me. I haven't read too many fantasy books that have not had some sort of magic in them. All right, so I think I've said everything that I wanted to tell you guys. I'm going to read some more of this today, and I guess I will see you guys next time I'm reading. Alright, guys, it's been a couple days since I last talked to you. Lots has happened. I'm home for reading week, so that's why the background looks a little different and my cat's in the corner. But I am happy to report that I have finished The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle L. Jensen. And I ended up rating this book a 3.5 star. Now, this book, initially going into it, I was so into it. So into it. I loved everything about it. The characters, the setting, the vibes, the situation, the politics. I loved it all. And it really stayed that way until I want to say probably around the 60% mark. There was like part of Laura's superpower was that she was so underestimated by everybody around her, which allowed her to be such a good spy. But then all of a sudden, she kind of just started making like ridiculous decisions and like being stupid. And she literally made me mad at one point. I was like, you did not just do that. And I like closed the book and I like didn't pick it up for an entire day because I needed to like calm down, because I was like, you did not just do that. You're such a smart, intelligent woman. Why did you do that? And like I feel like part of this book is Laura coming to terms with the fact that a lot of lies have been told. Her whole life, kind of growing up, how she was raised was a lie and isn't an accurate reflection of the actual political circumstances that their world is living in. She did not want to believe or really hear that there was a discrepancy between what she knew and what was actually happening, and that was really frustrating to me. I'm like, just learn it. And I'm like, why are like I understand she was raised and it's like deep, like that belief is like rooted really deep inside of her. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know, like that really annoyed me. And then also, when they start getting to like the end of a book and they kind of just start having to like throw things at you, like, oh my God, everything is just happening. Well, they declared their like love for each other, that they were in love with each other. And I literally was like, did I miss a chapter? Like, since when? Since when have you two been in love with each other? Like they've spent a lot of time together. I do see that. They did become friends. I think they did become friends. And if you were to tell me that they became like very familial with each other, I would 100% agree with you. But for them to go from what they were to like being friends and then all of a sudden, oh my God, I'm in love with you. I'm like, I don't know. I remember seeing friendship. I don't really remember seeing romance between the two of them. And like, yes, there was kind of like that kind of lustfulness a little bit, but like, not really, because the book wasn't about that. It wasn't. I couldn't tell if Laura went through with her plans to um, share the information with her father to infiltrate Aaron's kingdom. And when she was destroying that evidence, I couldn't tell if she was like blatantly being like stupid or if she just was like being ignorant. I don't know. That whole thing was just not my favorite. And then the ending was also very dare I say, predictable. And like, don't get me wrong, I understand, upon finishing this book, I understand that book one is to set up book two. I don't know the name of book two off the top of my head, but I will put it on the screen. I don't know. I just felt like everything we'd been like working towards, she all of a sudden started like, I don't know, the second she almost started liking him, she almost like really started losing her like intelligence and her touch. Maybe I'm exaggerating it a little bit, but like, yeah, not my favorite. That's really all I have to say about that. We read Hollow and we read The Bridge Kingdom. Hollow was a 4.5 star and The Bridge Kingdom was a 3.5 star. So overall, reading pretty covers did result in some pretty good book ratings. And I am happy to say that I will be continuing both duologies after this video. Let me know if you want me to do more parts of this. I actually really enjoyed it. I love reading pretty books, and maybe let me know what books you guys think are pretty and I can read some of those. Alright guys, that is the end of today's reading vlog. Thank you so much for reading these books with me. Thank you so much for staying to the end of the video. I really, really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and follow. I will put my Instagram up on the screen if you want to follow me there. And with that, I hope you have a great evening, weekend, night, whenever you're watching this. I hope your next read is a 5 star, and I will see you next time. Bye!